I've officially been live on Airbnb for 1 year today. So let's sit down, let's talk about how much I've made, what I've learned, and some of my biggest takeaways since starting Airbnb at just 19 years old. It's not 100% passive, and it is not a get rich quick scheme. So I feel like over the past year to 2 years, Airbnb has gained this stigma that oh, you just, list a house on Airbnb and boom, you're rich. That is definitely not how it works. There's a lot more that goes into it. When I got my first 3 units, I was working heavy inside of the business every day, responding to guest inquiries, managing my cleaning team, checking the rings. I was doing all of this myself, and it wasn't until I got about 13 units that I started delegating tasks to other people. I feel like there's literally no business that's 100% passive. You have to work on it in order for it to succeed. So if anyone says it is 100% passive, that's a lie. It's not 100% passive, but my day-to-day literally looks like this. It's 11:54 on a Thursday. I'm just hanging out making YouTube videos. You do not need to hire a property management company, a property manager. Property managers can charge anywhere between 10 to 25% depending on which task you have them do. That's a lot of money that you're missing out on. There is local property managers that are on the ground, and then there's also virtual property managers, which are also known as co-hosts in the Airbnb world. I actually have no property manager. Within the past year, I've built out a team, which is basically my property management team for a lot cheaper than 25%. You can do it all yourself if you just do your research and figure out ways to build systems and operations. Reviews. So reviews can literally, not even joking, make or break your listing. Especially with a new listing, whether it's your first Airbnb or just a new listing in general, the first 5 to 10 reviews are key. Airbnb will start figuring out, how your listing is doing. And if you're getting 4-star reviews even, that is not good. Your first 5 to 10, 100% need to be 5-star reviews, or it'll be really detrimental to your listing. Airbnb prioritizes reviews a lot. Guests can leave reviews for hosts, but hosts can also leave reviews for guests, and this is super, super key. And I feel like this has helped me a lot with avoiding bad guests. I do not accept anyone that has under a 4-star ranking. They're just things that I've learned over the year that I can help find potential bad guests. I have gained over 400 reviews on 18 Airbnbs, so that is really good for how many reviews I have. Obviously, I can't please everyone. There's always going to be a couple bad apples in there. Subscriptions and purchasing in bulk. Do subscriptions on Amazon for toilet paper, paper towels, laundry pods, dishwasher pods. We have such a high volume of units. Keeping track of how much paper towels or when to order toilet paper is just not efficient. Every single month, toilet paper gets sent out. Every single month, paper towels get sent out. Saves you a lot of money, and you're going to go through stock a lot quicker than you imagine. I cannot tell you the amount of toilet paper, paper towels, laundry pods we go through. It is insane. Automations. The power of automations is quite literally mind-blowing to me. In the beginning, I always wondered how do people do it? How do you have one Airbnb? Are you cleaning the Airbnb? Are you texting them every single day? Are you sending them the checkout instructions? Are you sending them the codes? How does this all work? And I feel like this is a really popular question with a lot of people, but is literally systems and automation. I have automation set up on every single aspect of my business. Whenever a guest books one of my units, there's a message that is instantly sent out to the guest confirming their booking, which is an automated message. 2 messages sent out before they check in, one with parking options and early/late checkout option, then another one with a guidebook, and then they get a message before they check out as well with checkout instructions. All of these are automated. I am not physically sitting here and typing these messages and sending them to every single guest. My cleaners are automated as well. Their calendar is synced with my Airbnb calendar. If I get a booking right now for someone to check in today, their calendars will be updated, and I probably wouldn't have a life if it wasn't for automations. Virtual guidebooks. So this was actually huge for me, and I didn't know until a couple months ago that this was even a thing. I always thought I had to print out a guidebook that I created and label it. But there was a couple things I didn't like about that. One being there was no way for me to update it. Found out about virtual guidebooks, and this is great. Send this with my check-in message. Not only have my check-in instructions broken down with photos and videos, but I also have my local recommendations. All of these things are in this guidebook, and I can easily update it with just my phone. I recommend a virtual guidebook over like a physical pamphlet. Direct bookings. So within like the past 1 to 2 months, I've really been leveraging direct bookings, and there's a specific way I've been doing it to protect myself as a host as well. So since you are doing a direct booking, you are working off of the Airbnb platform, meaning you do not get air cover, and you cannot go to Airbnb for help. This is not their problem as soon as you take it off their platform. Only do direct bookings with guests I've already hosted on these third-party platforms. I've already hosted you and it was a great experience for both of us, then I will offer it. Just a couple days ago, I created these magnets that I put into my Airbnb units. Plan on coming back, book direct and save on fees, and then there's all of my contact information. I've already got a bunch of traction doing it, and I've got like a $3,000 booking. You get less fees on Airbnb, and also the guest pays less fees. So it is a win-win for you and for the guests. Reinvesting. So this was a huge thing for me. Time like I was working at Target, and I started Airbnb as like, oh my gosh, I need money, I want more money. But what I've realized is delaying that gratification at the end of the day is what is best, and reinvesting into the business. I'm not even lying to you guys, every single dollar that I've made through Airbnb has been reinvested back into the business. I actually have never paid myself from doing Airbnb since I started a year ago. Could I be paying myself? Yes. Could I be paying myself a lot? Yes. But I have chosen to reinvest all of my profits right back into the business because I want to continue to grow the business. I'm willing to sacrifice right now of not getting paid for the long run. Whenever I do decide to pay myself, it'll be a lot more than it would be if I decided to pay myself now. Getting more properties, I'm investing in my cleaning teams, I'm investing in new employees, I'm investing. The more you invest back into the business, the better it will be and the faster it will grow. Delegating. So this one was huge for me. In the beginning, like I said, I had no help up until I had 13 Airbnbs. So while I had 13 Airbnbs, I was doing everything. So I have learned to let the power go and hand it over to people that I trust. Definitely like a perfectionist. I love to be in control of basically everything. I've just always been that way, and if I'm not in control, I feel like they're not doing it right, which is terrible and not good. But since I've started Airbnb, I have gotten so much better with delegating because I can't do it on my own. Every single big company doesn't do it on their own. Amazon doesn't do it on their own. Facebook, TikTok, Target, Walmart, none of these people are a one-man show. I had to learn to delegate things to people, to hire employees and to train them and to trust them and communicate with them. And this has been a lifesaver. Now my day-to-day, like I rarely spend an hour to 30 minutes every single day in the business. My day-to-day now is working on the business. And at the end of the day, it's just, I've had to hire people and trust people to take over aspects of the business so that I could grow. The whole entire business has taught me leadership. I thought I was a good leader before, but now I think I'm a great leader. I've had to learn how to hire a team, which is crazy, and this whole entire team looks up to me. Like, I am the leader of this team. Not only am I the leader of the team, but I am the leader of this whole entire business. I'm the leader of my cleaning team. I'm the leader of everything. My guests, like, everything lies in the palm of my hands. There's been a lot of self-reflection that's had to happen, which is like deeper than business. Like, there's a lot of things I need to work on personally in order to be a good leader for my business, for my employees, for my guests. It's one of the, bigger things that I've learned throughout this whole thing. The question that everyone wants to know, I'll stop talking and get into it. How much have I made in my first year of Airbnb? This is my 2022 revenue. So this is counting for September, October, November, and December of 2022. And within those 4 months, I made $49,936. Now moving into 2023, From January up until December, I have made $420,000. Now keep in mind that $420,000 is calculating for October, November, and December. So what I did was I subtracted those 3 months from the revenue, and that puts me at a total earning for my first year of $455,000. That is revenue, not profit. I won't get into too much of my expenses because it is a lot to break down. I would say overall I've profited 40% of that $455,000 of revenue. I think that's a pretty amazing first year on Airbnb. When I was working at Target, I was making $500 every 2 weeks. To sit here and be like, I made $455,000 this year is insane. As I'm filming this, this is September 14th, the day my first 3 Airbnbs went live. Yeah, I've learned so much, and I cannot wait for September 14th of 2024 for me to be sitting here again and telling you guys that I am a $1 million company. Over $1 million company, hopefully. I've learned a lot, I've earned a lot, and thank you guys all for being here on this journey. Not only has Airbnb been great, and I've made so many friends and networked with so many amazing people, but the community I've built for myself, I now have like 200 students, guys. Like 200 students. I've literally changed so many people's lives. They've joined my course and now they have Airbnbs just because they took my course, which is like, doesn't even make sense to me. Crazy, the power of community. And I am so blessed to have built something so beautiful. And I know as the months and years continue, I will obviously continue to grow this community and help change more people's lives and help build my business as well, continue growing. Like, I want to continue growing alongside you guys. If you don't follow me on any of my social media, you can find that in the description below. I also have a free newsletter. So every week I send out 2 emails going over Airbnb tips and tricks, stories, advice, 100% free to sign up. If you're interested in joining Airbnb Takeoff or co-host Takeoff, I also have courses on both of those, and I have over 200 students currently today. Feel free to DM me on Instagram, comment down below video requests, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday.